What is going on, guys? Gamers Goon here today with the first video here during the glorious WrestleMania week. A long week of content I got going for you today, man. I'm starting it off with my reactions to everybody going into the Hall of Fame. Tomorrow night, I'm actually recording this on Sunday night, but for you guys, I'm releasing this video on Monday to start off the week. This video will be coming out on Monday, and for you guys, it will be tomorrow night. We will be seeing the WWE Hall of Fame, which will include the 2020 and 2021 WWE Hall of Fame classes, obviously because last year they couldn't do the Hall of Fame because of COVID. Unfortunately, that is just something that wasn't able to happen last year. They did find a way to put on WrestleMania, but they could not figure out a way to put on the Hall of Fame. And you know what? I'm not even mad, man. I'm not even mad because that makes it even bigger and better here for us. And we are starting it off hot, man. I got one question to you before we start, though. Are you ready for WrestleMania week? Come on, folks. Come on, folks. We are starting it off hot. If you haven't seen over on Twitter already, I did post my schedule for the week. Everything that I'll be doing going on this week. Let me pull my schedule up real quick. Obviously, today you guys are watching the Hall of Fame video. I'll be breaking down everybody that's going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night on Tuesday. Then Tuesday, you guys will be getting a NXT TakeOver preview and predictions video. Now, this video will be me, myself, and I, just me. But when we get to Wednesday, folks, we get into the big ones. I will be watching NXT TakeOver. I will be reviewing NXT TakeOver. Now, that video will come out late in the night, very late in the night, because as soon as NXT TakeOver is done, I have a meeting with two of the guys that you guys might know very well, especially if you've kept up with what I've done with this channel and what I've been doing in and around the IWC. And obviously, if you watch me, then you probably have a good feeling for some of the people in and around the community. And two of those people, one being the owner, the creator of the Big Fight Field channel, one of my big friends, one of my best friends in the IWC, Joseph Conlon. He will be joining me for WrestleMania preview and predictions on Wednesday, along with the purveyor of controversy, a guy that you guys might know and love, a guy that is very opinionated, just like me and Joseph. I can't wait to have him on the channel, man. I've been on DJ Storm's podcast one time before, and I'm welcoming him into my world to see what we can get going, because last time I had a blast with him. So we're going to see what the three of us can do for WrestleMania. I will be filming that on Wednesday night, so I'll get that NXT video to you as quick as possible after that that is over. But I'm not going to rush through that video. I expect that video to be a good one. Thursday, I'm going to be getting that video out for you guys with Joseph and DJ Storms. And then Thursday is actually going to be a double upload. Thursday is going to be a double upload because night 2 of NXT preview and predictions will be coming out on Thursday night. The review will be, the review, not the preview and predictions, will be coming out for night 2 of TakeOver. And then Friday, I'm not sure what I might do on Friday yet. I might take Friday off. It depends how worn out I am at that point, because I do have school to go through this week. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I've already got some homework out of the way, so we'll see what we have to do. But Friday, I'm thinking of, even if it's not anything too major, I think I might sit down and do some of the news and rumors heading into WrestleMania. What might Logan Paul be doing? Maybe we have some breaking info about maybe somebody returning, something of that nature. And we're going to sit down, we're going to break down what is the rumors heading into WrestleMania going on Saturday. Then Saturday, we're going to sit down and we are going to review WrestleMania Night 1. And then on Sunday, we are going to review WrestleMania Night 2. But let's get right into what you guys came here for. Sorry for the ramble. I just had to promote my stuff real quick. And let's get right into it, man. We're going to start it off with the 2020 inductees to the WWE Hall of Fame. And the first inductee in the WWE Hall of Fame is JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. Now, I'm just going to read some of the accolades that the WWE recognized him as having. He is a one-time WWE Championship holder. He is a one-time Intercontinental Champion. He is a one-time United States Champion, a three-time WWF Tag Team Champion, a one-time European Champion, an 18-time Hardcore Champion, a 2013 Slammy Award winner for the favorite web show of the year with Michael Cole and Renee Young, and a commentator for the WWE. So, JBL, I'm JBL. I have mixed feelings for, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes he comes off as not necessarily the most likable guy. But JBL is somebody that I've grown up seeing some of his stuff. So I definitely have more of a connection with JBL than some of the other people that are getting inducted in the 2020 class. So it'll be nice to see him inducted. I guess the most logical option for him to be inducted by is probably Jerry Lawler, maybe even Michael Cole. I would assume it to be somebody from commentary. It might, for all I know, it could be Randy Orton because they did have a feud back then. But I don't know, JBL. It'll be nice to see him get a Hall of Fame because that's one of the first people. And I know I talked to some of my friends in the IWC about this when Mark Henry. I said when Mark Henry got in, it felt kind of big because that's really the first guy in my generation that I've seen a decent part of his career get in. Not somebody that I've seen the bare ends of his career or somebody that I've only seen matches from old where I really wasn't alive or wasn't watching at that time. This is more my era. So JBL, it's pretty cool to see him get the introduction. And then we have the British Bulldog. I'm actually surprised the British Bulldog wasn't already in the Hall of Fame. Everything I've ever heard about the British Bulldog has been amazing things. But some of the accolades they gave him is a one-time WWF Intercontinental Champion, a inaugural and two-time WWF European Champion, a two-time WWF Hardcore Champion, and a two-time WWF World Tag Team Champion. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea who's going to induct him. I really don't. But the British Bulldog is somebody that is very... he is a legend. He definitely is a legend. I'm really shocked that he wasn't in the Hall of Fame already. He's definitely somebody that he has some name value when it comes to the WWE. So I'm surprised he hasn't been in there already. But for me, I can't really speak much about anything he's done in his career. Just because I haven't been witness to most of it. But yeah, he's joining the 2020 WWE Hall of Fame class. So good looks there for the British Bulldog. Then we got Jushin Thunder Liger. Now I've actually seen he was in a takeover. I did see a match with him and Tyler Breeze. And he's not bad. He's not bad. And he was old when he did that too, I believe. But Jushin Thunder Liger, somebody that is very, how do I say this? He is kind of like an icon to the IWGP scene and all that stuff, but not necessarily as big in the WWE as he was in other promotions. But he was in the WWE, so I don't necessarily dislike this. Some of the things they're putting him in for is an 11-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, a one-time WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, and he is considered by WWE to be one of the most revolutionary competitors in sports entertainment history. Obviously, because he came out with the mask and the suit, one of the first guys to really make that popular. So he sort of reinvented that part of wrestling. Jushin Thunder Liger, he's good from what I've seen of him. I can't speak much about what he's done in his career outside the stuff with NXT and his accolades. But it's cool to see him get in there, and I'm really curious to see if Jushin Thunder Liger comes in and gets inducted into the Hall of Fame with his costume. I don't know if that's going to happen. So we shall see. We shall see. Then we get into the group section here of the 2020 class, and that is debuted by the New World Order, the NWO. I'll just read through their accolades real quick. One of the most famous stables in the WCW during the Monday Night Wars, generally believed to be the primary catalyst for WCW Nitro, and its 83 consecutive rating victories over Monday Night Raw. This stable included Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, and they both held the WCW championship. Obviously, Hogan was the longest reigning champion. And Scott Hall was also in it. He was a two-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champion. Hall and Nash, also known as the Outsiders, held the WCW Tag Team Championships 6 times. And then Sean Waltman, also in it. And he was a WCW Cruiserweight Champion and a co-champion during the Outsiders WCW World Tag Team title reign under the Freebird rule, much like the New Day. So, yes, I do know this is probably going to be controversial. I know that, and we shall see how it works out. We shall see. It's definitely going to be interesting because obviously Hulk Hogan is not necessarily a name that a lot of people like anymore, especially after the situation that happened with him a couple of years ago. I think it's been more than a couple of years. I think it's been about 6-7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. When the stuff about Hulk Hogan came out. So inducting him to the Hall of Fame, it's going to have its negatives. It's going to have its positives. Obviously, you can't ignore that part of history, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a part of history you want to celebrate. So, I mean, it's good for Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Sean Waltman, all from the NWO. It's good for them to get in, but it's whatever with Hulk Hogan. And it should be interesting. It should be interesting to see what they're able to do. And then we got, I guess they're the headliners, man. I really guess they're the headliners. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's technically the headliners are probably the NWO, if I'm being honest with you. But the biggest names on the 2020 list, man, is the Bella Twins, believe it or not. Now, the Bella Twins are somebody that I've actually seen a lot of their career. And regardless of whether or not I'm a fan of them or anything like that, it's still cool to see people that you grew up watching become Hall of Famers. Obviously, we can go on and on about all the Bella Twins' accomplishments. We all know that. They won the Diva of the Year 2013 both together. They were both the Diva of the Year from the Sammy Awards. Obviously, they had their own reality television show. Nikki Bella had a long title run. They had that amazing feud, and I actually do mean this when I say it. They had an amazing feud with Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Stephanie McMahon, believe it or not. I actually really did enjoy that feud. For some odd reason, that was actually not a bad feud. But Nikki Bella in her own right is a two-time WWE Divas Champion. Obviously, like I said, longest reigning WWE Champion and a 2015 Diva of the Year Slammy Award winner. And then we had Brie Bella, who is in her own right a one-time WWE Divas Champion. She actually did win Couple of the Year with Daniel Bryan a few times. So she has that going for her, and she also is part of probably the most iconic women's duo that WWE's had. And I hate to say that because they never won a WWE Women's Tag Team Championships because those were new. And I would love to sit here and tell you that maybe Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott are better. In the ring, that's not even a question. But definitely the legacy that they have as a team is definitely bigger than any other. So they really did pave the way, whether or not we like it or not. Am I going to say they started the women's revolution or anything like that? Absolutely not. They can claim that all they want, but in my opinion, Sasha Banks and Bayley started it in NXT, and it's just my own opinion there. But they definitely did something. I mean, is it a big deal? Not really, but they're the biggest names on this thing, outside of maybe the NWO. And the NWO is, I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how the whole Hulk Hogan thing is going to flow. So there's that. And then there's celebrity guest for the Hall of Fame is William Shatner. He made a couple appearances with WWE as the guest host and a narrator for the WWE Network for Breaking Ground. Not much to go in there. He made it to the Hall of Fame. Who cares? I really don't care about him being in the Hall of Fame. And then we got the Warrior Award winner. Now this guy is actually one that is deserving of it, and it is Titus O'Neil. As much as we want to joke about Titus being Titus catering, anything like that, he's a one-time WWE Tag Team Champion with Derek Young, and he is also a one-time and the inaugural 24/7 champion. Believe it or not, he's the first one to win that 24/7 championship. Whether or not we want to really think of him as being anything special or anything like that, you can't argue. He's been very good with charity. I've seen him around the Make-A-Wish scene. I've seen him around a lot of those where they would go to the hospitals, and he definitely does put in the charity work. So I think it's well deserved that he wins the Warrior Award. That's definitely an award fitting for Titus O'Neil, because from what I've seen from Titus O'Neil's entire career is, yeah, he might not be the biggest name, he might not be the best wrestler, but he's willing to go out of his way and make somebody else's day. Even if you're not the biggest name, even if, yeah, Titus O'Neil was never a WWE champion, he's going out of his way. That's gonna make somebody's day. Believe me, I all the wrestlers I've met, believe me, they've made my day. It doesn't matter who they are, how high they are, how low they are on the totem pole. Every time I meet a wrestler, man, it's the best day of my life. I mean, it's just something surreal. And for Titus O'Neil to be able to do that for some of the kids, that's just an amazing thing for Titus O'Neil, especially because he's kind of like the face of it, I would say. I see him do it a whole lot more. He volunteers at like they had I think during the Saudi shows they had like I think it was like schools or maybe something like that, where he was one of the people there doing all the charity work. So shout out to Titus O'Neil for all of his stuff that he's done. Then we get into the 2021 Hall of Fame class. Now, the first one in this Hall of Fame class is actually Molly Holly, and she herself is a two-time WWE Women's Champion and a one-time WWF Hardcore Champion. Molly Holly is kind of like, I would say she was kind of on the levels of like a Lita and a Trish, where she was very inspirational. She had a great career. She was able to kind of toy the barrier between men's and women's wrestling. But is it the biggest name to put in? I don't know. I'm not here to judge whether it's not a big enough name or whatever thing like that. But shout out to Molly Holly. She's going to be a Hall of Famer. Then we got the guy that I'm happy for, man. I'm happy for this man, and believe it or not, I actually had a chance to meet this man, and I know, but I actually didn't take this chance, man. It was him, and I think it was, who was with him? He was with somebody else, man. I don't want to say Pritchard and be wrong. Hold on one moment. Yeah, I don't remember who he's with, man. I don't know. But he was with somebody at Comic-Con. And Eric Bischoff was there. The Bish, yes, sir. He was there. And I actually did not meet him. As sad as it is to say, I did not meet him because I was meeting the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. So that's unfortunate, but life moves on. But Eric Bischoff is somebody that I think is a pretty good person in terms of what he's done for the wrestling world. Some of the stuff they were inducting him for is he's a former senior vice president of the WCW. He led WCW to an 83 consecutive week win over WWE during the Monday Night Wars, a one-time WCW Hardcore Champion, the first general manager of the Raw brand, the creator of the Elimination Chamber and Raw Roulette, and he also has a pretty damn good podcast. That's simple, man. That simple. The Bischoff man is pretty damn good at what he did. Eric Bischoff's not somebody you really wanted to go up against in terms of a booking war in the Monday Night Wars. That's just not somebody that you're gonna win very often against, man. You won 83 weeks in a row. You ain't beaten Bischoff too many times. So Bischoff, well deserved getting in. I really am glad to see him getting it into the Hall of Fame. And believe it or not, man, he's one of the ones that I've actually seen a couple of his stuff, man, because he's been the general manager, and he's kind of the first of many in this 2020 class that I actually know a lot about. And one of the other ones in this class, and I'm going to start it off with the least of the three, is the Great Khali. The Great Khali is in this class. We saw him just a few years ago at the Punjabi prison match with Jinder Mahal. He's a big man, obviously a legend in the I think he's from India. He's a legend for that. He opened the gates for wrestlers out of India. He is a one-time World Heavyweight Champion, and he was the first Indian World Champion. He was the 2008 Slammy Award winner for the Damme Moment of the Year. So that's pretty cool for him. I'm going to be honest with you. He's only in this, and I'm going to be completely honest. He is only in this because he broke the barrier of the stigma around Indian wrestlers. Because obviously now we see guys like Jinder Mahal who've been able to kind of step in the door for the WWE, and that wouldn't have happened without the Great Khali. Obviously, somebody that he deserves credit, but I'm not necessarily the biggest Great Khali fan. He's not a great wrestler. He's not a good wrestler, but you can't deny that he did make an impact in WWE history. That is one thing you can be certain about while talking about the Great Khali. So he has that going for him. And that's all I can really say about him. And then, now, these two names, man, I don't know who's the headliner and who's not, because they did announce one way early and they announced one way late. And both of these guys, man, I think it's kind of a jump ball who's the headliner, man. But I'm going to start with RVD. Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show. Yeah, believe it or not, I think the other one is a little bit more important. But Rob Van Dam. Yes, sir. He is a one-time WWE champion, a one-time ECW World Champion, a six-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, a four-time WWF/E Hardcore Champion, a one-time WWE European Champion, and the last Hardcore and European Champion, a one-time WWE Tag Team Champion, a two-time World Tag Team Champion, a one-time ECW World Television Champion, and a two-time ECW World Tag Team Champion. And he was also the 2006 Money in the Bank winner, along with an Impact career, along with every sort of thing you can think of in between. And, of course, you can't go without talking about RVD, without talking about RVD getting high, without RVD getting some weed or anything like that, man. RVD obviously known a little bit for recreational activities, but RVD, man, is somebody. Now, I don't know who's going to induct him into the Hall of Fame, and I did have a friend that is in the IWC that said, watch it be Katie Forbes. Oh, my Lord, bro. Oh, my Lord, that would, oh, no. I don't even want to know about or think about that, but yeah. Going on Impact, he is in a situation where he's with Katie Forbes. So he has that going for him, I guess. But RVD, my biggest question going into this is, will Rob Van Dam show up high? That is my biggest question. I'm being serious. I really want to know the funny shit that he's gonna say. I really hope he says some really stupid shit, because it would be hilarious. It would be it would be hilarious if he just starts going on some weird tangent because he's high. And I wouldn't be surprised either. So shout out to RVD. Congratulations on making into the 2021 Hall of Fame class. Then we got the dead man's brother. The guy from hell, a guy that you don't want to see, whether he's corporate or whether he's just normal old Kane. Kane is not somebody you want to run into. He is a one-time WWF champion, a one-time World Heavyweight Champion, a one-time ECW Champion, a two-time Intercontinental Champion, a one-time WWF Hardcore Champion, a one-time 24/7 Champion, a two-time WWE Tag Team Champion, a 9-time World Tag Team Champion, a WCW Tag Team Champion, SmackDown's 2010 Money in the Bank winner, a two-time Slammy Award winner for Best Family Values in 2010 for beating up Jack Swagger, and Match of the Year in 2014 for the Survivor Series elimination match. And he also has the most cumulative Royal Rumble eliminations at 46 and most Royal Rumble appearances at 20. So Kane, whether you see him in Hell in a Cell, whether you see him in your nightmares, whether you see him because Daniel Bryan went through an amazing feud with him where they had Dr. Shelby, I don't care how you go about it, man. Whether you're talking about his DX stuff when him and Taker were going up against DX. This man had one hell of a career. Even as Corporate Kane, man, he had one hell of a career. You can't deny it. I don't care who you are, you can't deny it. Now, he had a very powerful choke slam. This man, he had the flames in the corner. Everything about him was surreal. Very surreal. Kind of like The Undertaker, but not necessarily the same. The Undertaker's kind of on a level above him. Not to necessarily knock on Kane, but Undertaker's one at the top of all time, so you can't really touch that. But he's one of those characters that you kind of suspend reality, and you just believe in anything, and you're scared shitless of what this guy can do. And believe it or not, he's actually a mayor. Believe it or not, the frightening dude that's in your nightmares when you were a little kid is actually the mayor of I forget what town it is, but it's in Tennessee. I don't remember what town it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Something in Tennessee. Who cares? But he is actually a mayor, believe it or not. So Kane, welcome to the Hall of Fame class of 2021, and that's all I got for you here today, man. Broke down a little bit of what everybody is getting inducted for. Showed some love to guys like JBL that I know. Believe it or not, I didn't necessarily go too hard on the Bella twins. Even Titus O'Neil, man. Titus O'Neil, props to him. RVD, Kane, Great Khali, Bischoff, all of them. All of them. Congratulations on making it into the Hall of Fame. Even if I don't necessarily know some of the stuff you've done in your career, such as what the British Bulldog's done, all I can really speak on is stuff I've watched. I can't really go on what he meant or anything like that, or know too much about anything that he's really done over the course of his career outside of what is presented to me. But shout out to everybody for making it. And to the WWE Hall of Fame class. Make sure you guys stay tuned this week, man. Stay tuned this week. At the time you're seeing this, it is 11, or at the time you're seeing this, it is whatever time you're watching it, obviously. But the time I'm filming, it's actually 11:08 on Sunday night. And we got Monday Night Raw tomorrow. And this is probably going to be interesting, man, because believe it or not, tomorrow, or today for you guys, it's going to be the first time in a long damn time that I am going to live tweet about Monday Night Raw. I know. I haven't been doing it because, to be honest, the show hasn't been that good. Hasn't been good. And then, obviously, the Hall of Fame. I am going to be fully invested in the Hall of Fame. You're going to see me. My Twitter timeline is going to be all Hall of Fame. I'm excited for it. Wednesday, Takeover Day. Every Takeover Day is completely dedicated to Takeover Day. I gotta find time to do my damn homework, too. I don't know when the hell that's gonna happen, but we'll figure that shit out later. I got some shit due on Tuesday night. So I'll probably do that. Wake up early on Tuesday, finish all that, get that out of the way so that I can be fully invested into the Hall of Fame. And like I said, man, are me. Are you ready for WrestleMania? Because it's going to be one hell of a week. I fully expect my voice to be shot by the end of this thing, man, because I haven't been doing this consistently for how long has it been? I don't freaking know anymore, man. Whenever I got back, or whenever I went back to college, man. That's how long it's been since I started doing this, and this is going to be one long week for me, man. It's going to be one long week, but you know what? To hell with it. It's WrestleMania season. No time to rest. No time to worry about anything else. It is WrestleMania season, boys and girls. I hope you guys enjoyed this WrestleMania season. Take it for all what it is. And, hey, man, hopefully something special happens, man. This is a great time of the year. WrestleMania is finally among us. So I'm going to let you guys get out here. Make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe. Make sure you share it with your buddies. Make sure you go out after the video. Make sure you go out. Follow my Twitter, GamersGoonYT. Follow the Instagram at thegoongameryt. I'm actually going to be on Instagram this week, believe it or not. I am making a return to Instagram. That's how you know it's a pretty good week. I'm going to be on Instagram. So that's there that is. There that is for y'all. But I'm going to be all over Twitter this week. I'm going to be, if you need something and you see some news about WrestleMania, going into WrestleMania, anything of that nature, you're going to see something from me. That's simple, boys. That's simple. I will be on everything. I'm very excited for this WrestleMania because it's kind of coming at a time where not much is going on for me. All I have right now is a little bit of school stuff. This semester just started, so we're not too involved yet. But I'm just ready to get something fun going, man. I'm ready to get something fun going. Let's go, man. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. I'll let you guys know everything that's going to happen within this week. If there's any news that I have to break to you or anything of that nature, I will be sure to let you guys know over on Twitter. If perhaps I add another show or something of that nature, I will let you guys know over on Twitter. So make sure you put on those push notifications if you are interested. And make sure you put on those push notifications here on YouTube because we do have a big week. Tomorrow is coming out the TakeOver review or preview. And then on Wednesday, there is going to be a TakeOver review late in the night. So it's probably coming out after everybody is asleep. So it's, for a lot of you, it's probably coming out actually around early Thursday morning. But for me, it's going to probably be late Wednesday night. Thursday, we're going to have that video of me, Joseph, and DJ Storms. That will be out sometime in the middle of the day, followed by a later upload. Soon as NXT TakeOver's off the air, I will be going on and speaking my mind about what happened there. And then Friday, man, not confirmed yet. I might take the day off. That's where you're going to need to definitely check over on Twitter. Depends on everything that's going on. But I think on Friday, I'm leaning towards doing a rumors video going into WrestleMania. And after that rumors video going in there, we're obviously getting into the actual WrestleMania. And honestly, I might, now don't say this at all because this is far from the truth so far. I don't know whether or not this is going to happen. I don't know whether or not it's not going to happen. But I might try to get on here on Saturday before WrestleMania and maybe do a live stream where you can come ask me questions of that nature. And maybe I might do it on Twitter even. I'm not sure what I'll be doing yet. I don't know if I will be doing that. Don't hold me to that. We'll see what happens. But it's a big week for me, man. It's a big week for me. I already do know that I do have one meetup of sorts set for this week with some of the people that are in the IWC with me. So that shall be fun. Dang. Okay, I'm just reading the group chat, man. I'm just reading the group chat. But I'll let you guys get on out of here. Make sure you do all the fun stuff. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And, hey, it's WrestleMania season. Follow your role model. Follow everybody, man. Follow everybody. Make sure you go follow every single person in the IWC putting out content for you, man. Because, believe it or not, this is a week of hard work. And hard work pays off, man. Hard work will pay off for everybody here in the IWC. I know it is going to be true. Whether or not it's true for me, I don't know. But hopefully everybody goes and shows the love to their favorite content creators, whoever that might be, whether that be a bona fide Heat, whether that be a JD from New York, whether that be Big Fight Field, whether that be DJ Storms, whether that be maybe JT Dangerously. I know he does some stuff about WrestleMania. He might do some stuff about WrestleMania. Any of those people, the Elitist, the Real One, anybody that's putting out content, make sure you go and do all that fun stuff. Make sure you go support them because, hey, man, believe it or not, this is fun for us, but we're just trying to help you guys out in the process too, so we can inform you and let you guys know what's going on and how we're feeling about it. So make sure you show the love to all your favorite content creators this WrestleMania season. I'll be talking to you guys. I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow, man. I'll be talking to you guys each and every single day this week. It's going to be a fun week for us, man. I'll see you guys next time.